This is Donna with More Than a Review, and just thrilled to be here with Janell. She has been just one of my favorite people, not even just a favorite author,
Yay.
but I tell her I want to be her when I grow up. She's going to share a little bit about herself and about her book, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about like what she is doing to just help empower people. Even before the pandemic, she's just been on the road to helping people deal with your stuff, you know.
Deal with your stuff.
And so
do your work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself.
I'm Janell. I am a trauma-informed therapist, board-certified life coach. I specialize in marriage and family systems. I specialize in trauma, little t, middle T, big T. That is definitely my passion, to help you understand and be able to recognize that, oh, maybe this behavior, this communication skill, this thing I keep tripping over in my life, why do I keep doing that? Why am I stuck? And so trauma is stored in our subconscious, and the affect is unknown to us. And so if you've been in your life and you've done something, you go, why do I keep doing this? Well, when you have trauma-informed information, it helps you become aware, and it helps you know exactly how to deal with it and to bring it here into the present and heal it and make meaning of it. So that is so important to me, to help all of you, help myself, Donna, all of us be whole. W-H-O-L-E. And when we walk through life from a state of being that is whole, not perfect, because we will never be perfect, not perfect, but moving forward every day, waking up and going, I'm aware of this, and today I'm going to pay more attention to it, and I'm going to learn and grow from it. It's my passion.
Yes, yes. So tell us a little bit how you're doing that through the book.
Whew. So the book, Stronger Every Day, 9 Tools for an Emotionally Healthy You. I spent years, I am still in practice with my clients, and have met so many people, and have just listened and listened and listened for themes that perhaps are across the board, and realized if men and women knew these 9 tools, you can say they're tools, a lot of them are mental, psychiatric, psychological, spiritual things like memory reconsolidation, secure attachment, embodiment, these big old words, these big old words that we just can't wrap our heads around, and we don't even know they exist. I wanted my clients, first and foremost, well, no, myself first and foremost, but then my clients, and now you, to have this toolbox, you know? And when you need to understand why you feel worthless, when you wake up and go, why the heck am I even on this planet? She's really valuable, but I'm not. I want you to be able to have the tool of meaningfulness, which is tool 1, and secure attachment, which is tool 2. And I want you to possess them, understand them, and be able to practice them, so that when you wake up in the morning and you go, what the heck, maybe I'm the only one that's ever woken up in the morning and gone, what the heck am I here for? Or maybe, why was I even born? I seem to just make people angry at me, or frustrated at me, or something. I want you to be able to draw from your inner strength and know, I have value, worth, and dignity. I am clothed in strength and dignity, it says in Proverbs 31. I have no fear of the future. I can smile at the future. I want you to know that you know that you know that, so you can get yourself out of bed and do the next thing and go, if I wasn't here, that would be really, that would be sad for someone today. That's just 2 tools.
Well, and I was going to ask about the trauma informed. Like, why are you trauma informed?
I am trauma informed, and that's important. I want you to just note that when and if you are seeking external help outside of yourself, like even in a counselor, therapist, a life coach. To be trauma informed is to have a specific set of strategic tools that I've been trained in, and I know what to look for in you that might be subconsciously still tucked away I'll be clinical for a minute, in the amygdala, the part of our brain which is our fight, flight, freeze, or fawn survivor mode part of our brain. And let's say that I'll just say, I was talking to a woman this morning, and she goes, I was raised in a secure family. I had a really good family, but I was really bullied in elementary school. And she said, I really never understood the impact of that until she was talking to me and understanding trauma informed. And because that's stored away. We all have memories. All of us. And attached to those memories are either a positive feeling or a negative feeling. And so when we haven't resolved the issue, that negative emotion attaches to that feeling, and it just sits in your amygdala. It just sits there. So you really move through life, and that's how we get triggered, which is another big part of the book, to understand your triggers and go, oh my gosh, why is that triggering me? Why did that voice just trigger me? Why did that look on that lady's face when she looked at me? Or why when she ignored me? Or why when I didn't get invited to the party? You fill in your blank. Why did that trigger me? Why did that set off something inside of my brain that made me feel uncomfortable, made me feel depressed, made me feel sad, made me feel like I want to leave this planet? So when we can understand that, a trigger is just a stimulus, when we have trauma-informed tools, then you are sitting with someone who knows how to connect you to the subconscious and help you consolidate. This is a big word, memory consolidation, tool 7 in the book. Consolidate it and take it out of the amygdala, make peace with it, remove the negative charge. So now it's just part of your story. It's just my history. And it hops on over into your hippocampus, which is like the organized. We were talking about organizing and having the gift of organization before we started, which is Donna's gift. Okay, I can say I am an administrator of the brain. I now do have the gift of administration for people's mental states. And that just helps it go into that hippocampus, which is a filing cabinet. It's just a filing cabinet. Imagine in your brain all these file folders, and they have, just a marker on them that says alcoholic home, very strict mother, legalistic, very detached father. Now they're just, none of those things triggered me when I said them. Now, because I have consolidated them, I've made peace with them, they're just part of my story. And now I'm moving forth in secure attachment, which is tool 2, and I can move through life with a greater ease. I really like to say, Donna, that a calm life is highly underrated. It's highly underrated. Stability is highly underrated. And so that is the goal of the book, is to give you these 9 tools that will make you literally, I'm using that word that is overused, but literally make you become stronger every day. Step by step. Yeah,
I love that. And I know you have just spoke to so many people
hope so.
With your example. And one thing I love about what you're doing is that you do combine like the science and the mental health with our faith. So talk just a little bit about that and what led you, to kind of go down that road and do that research.
Totally led to probably help understand myself. Like I'll repeat myself here, that I just kept tripping over the same things. and standing in prayer lines and attending Bible studies. I'm 4 decades of walking with, following Jesus and serving him with my whole heart, and have earnestly tried to become whole. And all of those things, listening to sermons, listening to just feeding my spirit, feeding my soul, and still was tripping over things that I just couldn't put my finger on. And so when I first started that journey, I just read the book of John, and I started looking at how Jesus ministered to people. And then I started looking at how Paul talked to us. And they integrate faith and psychology, which we would call it today. They would not have called it psychology or psychiatry or trauma work or attachment. But specifically, Paul just totally says, reframe your mind every day, right? Put off the old, start with the new. And so I think that I wanted to understand how our brains work. God created our brain, but there's a huge disconnect within the family of faith, within the community of faith, to integrate faith with mental health and emotional intelligence. I know for a fact that we are not doing that well. And so if I can just be one small voice to help you learn neurologically, learn what's going on in your nervous system, and help you live your life from a state of equanimity, which is just that beautiful sense of ease, then so be it. I think that maybe I just needed the understanding, and now I want to give you the understanding, because when we can understand, oh, that's why I do what I do. And prayer and Bible study and devotions and Bible reading and listening is all imperative. It's all part of it. We have a tool for spiritual growth in here. But I do think that taking the time to maybe understand how your brain ticks and your mind works will make you more whole. And then you can really follow Jesus with just such wholeheartedness.
Yeah.
And then it gets really good.
There you go.
Looks good.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Just an amazing tool that she's providing, and you come to it from such a place of authenticity and transparency, and I think people can feel that. They know that you feel so passionate about it because you've seen it working.
I have. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked in my own life.
Yeah.
So I'm not promising anything false here. I desperately want you to know that I've walked this path before you, and I'm just calling back. I'm calling back, and hopefully you won't have to trip as many times as I did. And you have a guide to help you climb that mountain and then walk through that valley. And I have seen hundreds of men and women and family systems that were hopeless are now celebrating life together. And it overwhelms me. It really does. It makes me so grateful and humbled and honored to walk along family systems who once were just really hopeless. So we're bringing you hope today. It's not easy. Trust me. And it will take energy and time and grit, but it is empowering. You will become stronger every day. I promise.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for following and listening to us. We will share links to all of her information. Yes. Thank you so much.